Okay, welcome back here with Happy Chappy, and this is Homecoming. Um, the way I see that is people would see that as something like that film Grease, where they all come together, uh, or at the end of school, or family come together, or just a Christmas, that bonding. So that's how I see it. Uh, and to the people that know me, probably just don't see how I get it that way, but you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Um, you're caught up with everything. And all I'm saying is things are better on the other side, and they're gonna be better. So everything that's going on in here, try not to worry about it. That it's only the energy that's coming in. There's been some real dark energy and it's been fucking with your head, but there's been a cleansing at the same time. Cleansing of the universe, of the world, uh, with these new energy beams of light coming in. It's what I call homecoming. All this newness, uh, new vibrations, new energy lifts, new downloads. So you're going to start seeing things different, and you might find that everything seems disrupted because, in a sense, it is within you and around you because of these downloads. Um, your body's familiar of a way of the dark side because that's the way the world's been. So anything that's good or vibrating on that good aspect, the light, is going to be disruptive to you because it's not what you're used to seeing or hearing or sensing, feeling, with all that energy off the body as the shell. So within you, your body's gonna want to go back to the old ways because it's familiar with it. But at the same time, it can't go back. And if you go back, it's like a killing of the body. You just gotta embrace what's happening and let it happen and be part of it. Enjoy it, learn to enjoy it because it's better. And what you'll find is coming by next year, the people aren't going to have these issues that they've had all these years, like debts, bills, worries. They're going to be all gone. And I know it's hard to say now, but there's so much coming in to help people what you don't see, because you're concerned about everything that's going on. And let's just say I've done or seen something this last 2 years, and this happening, and I know it's happening. I see it right in front of me now in the physical aspect. Like, I'm talking back where I could see it, visualize it, and now I can actually see it there in front of me, like the phone there in front of me. I can see it like that because it's literally happening now. And what you're going to see is a lot of good things. And I know that that's not the way the world's been working. Everything's been negative, and everything has been dark. But if you just hold on there and embrace it all and be with yourself, and sense them changes within you, because if you're not going to do that, you're going to get stuck in the dark even more and start thinking and wondering and stressing out about it even more. And that's going to cause illness upon you because you're not getting yourself out of the darkness. So if you want to get away from it all and take whatever's coming in as it comes in, which will be disturbing in a sense, because your body's going to react and try to keep you where you're at. But you're advancing. You're advancing to higher vibrations, what you may not understand if you don't understand energy or the spiritual side of life. But then if you really look at life, everything's spiritual, whether it be in the physical level or the non-physical. Because as you see something on a physical level, it's not actually physical. It's a perception. If you've got a microscope and looked at anything, like it would take a high-tech one, but if you looked at anything that you would see as a solid object, like the phone, you would see that it's not solid, it's not still, that what you see there is actually moving all the time at extreme speeds. And it's moving that fast, it becomes a solid object to how we feel it, sense it. But what it is energy cocooned into a shape. And in that energy is loads of different particles of other energies moving around. If you looked in a microscope, what you would see is all that energy moving. Now, to say at another phone, it would be the same. But what you'll find is when you've got objects, they give off, I think it's called eons. Could be correct on that one. It's eons. So when they come into a field with each other, they produce eons, which affect each other. Now think of that as people. When people come into somebody else's field and you hear them, you sense them, you see them, whether they even speak or not, they give off a vibration and you sense that. And that's how everything is. But yet it's not solid as it's seen to the naked eye and as it's felt in our senses. And what you're starting to find is that vibration's changing. People are starting to recognize this and see it for what it is, for what we are. We're a light being, and because consciousness believes that we are just human being as the physical frame, then that's what we get, the solidness. But what is happening is that consciousness is rising to a knowing, a vibration of understanding of what we truly are is a light being. Like I said in another video, is when we're born, we are that light being within that body of the human being. As a baby is born, all it sees is light in many forms. And in cases I've come to this light, some because I've made my approach to it, I made my way to that light, where I can see that light through my eyes, and not just physical form. I can see the form of energy. And some has been stressful moments come around and some hasn't. So I'm just saying this just because if you're going through a stressful moment, this could possibly happen. Where you be like that baby again, where you won't see a person's face and solidness or all that there, or objects, or as chair, phone, whatever. You will just see light in different forms and shapes, compounded into shapes, but it'll be just energy moving around. And I remember the one time it was a stressful moment. Well, I didn't feel that it was stressed, but I knew my body was stressed. Mentally, I wasn't stressed. I was keeping everything controlled, but I was doing it for others that was around me. I felt that I had to be the strong person at that time. And I thought I was blind, basically. But it wasn't, like, because when it happened, it was like light was shining out of my eyes. All that I could see was this bright light. I like to look at it, the light of God. Now, I couldn't see anything. I was on a road. I was with somebody, and I didn't tell them what was going on. I asked them to sit down and brought them over to a seat and asked them to sit there, which I couldn't see, but I knew it was there. All I could see was light. Now I could move, and nothing had changed. The only thing that had changed is all that I could see. And I couldn't see anything but pure light. But yet, I knew where things were. I could take, like, I knew where the seat was, I knew where the road was, I knew where buildings were, I knew that there was grass and paths off the road. I knew where everything was. I knew what it was, but I didn't see it that way. How I seen it was pure light, because I had stepped back into that time of when I was born, of being that light being. And I was aware of everything. And I wasn't scared. Even though I felt like I've gone blind, what's this? And that was just like a split second when it happened. But I played it out and embraced it, and I enjoyed it. It was a peaceful moment. But how I seen it was it came about because of the stress. And it was letting me know that I was okay. Look what you can do. Look how things really are. And in comparison to other times that I've went to the light, I could see it was the same thing. Because normally I used to do it with my eyes closed in meditation and go there, and it was one of the peaceful and unexplainable how it really was. But in the physical aspect, when my eyes were open and this happened, this is how I can explain it. Because there was how you would see the physical plane, but it was in the spiritual plane that was actually just light. And because I knew the things were there, they were there. And how consciousness brings it all about. Anyway, I'm just sharing, not to be concerned, not to be worried about how life is or how disruptive it may seem at the moment, that there is a lot of things going on in the energy field. And wherever you are with it all, just know it's going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. It's going to be great. And I mean that. Great as in, like, you can't even think of how good it's going to be. It's just going to get better and better and better. And yeah, you're probably going to be shocked. Probably people are already shocked by what's going on and not knowing what's going on and how people are reacting and stuff like that. But it's just the shift. It's just that energy shift. It's not to be something to be concerned about, something to embrace by taking that time with yourself, understanding that energy within you, and understanding what's going on in your head within you. You don't have to be concerned about anything outside of you. Everyone's going through it in some form or another. But if you can understand it and embrace it, shortly you're going to start seeing in time the goodness of it all and what has happened. You see, normally what we do is, and you'll know this, we'll be out ahead of ourselves and we'll look back at some part of our life and we'll be like, so that's what that was about. I didn't know at the time, but yeah, I get it now. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to be looking back and you're going to be like, there was nothing to worry about. That was such a good change. That made the difference. And you're going to find that. Anyway, this is Happy Chappy, just sharing a bit about me and a bit about what's going on in the energy field. Not to be concerned, no matter where you're at with it. Love and peace.